than it really is.
And hopefully get some run support early to help support Emmett Sheehan, right, Jerry?
100%. How about the offense? Sets the tone as well.
And it starts with Will Smith tonight, so hopefully he could be that guy to get things going, and then everyone else will follow. We are moments away from first pitch coming up right here.
Thank you, Kirsten, and welcome to Uniqlo Field at Dodger Stadium in the series finale for the Dodgers against the Giants. The Dodgers need a win today to salvage a series split, and they need to win to avoid a third straight series loss at home. And it's Star Wars night, so insert Star Wars reference here as the fans come pouring in to the stadium and get their miniature bobbling Grogu's. Let's say hello from the broadcast booth next to the Bulldog or Hershiser. I'm Steven Nelson. David Vassegh is down in the Dodger dugout. He'll say hello in just a moment. But Oral, after the last series against Atlanta, the final two games got away from the Dodgers. On paper, the thought was get right against the Giants. It has not played out that way.
It really hasn't. And a small review of this series coming in, these were teams going in different directions. The Giants were actually getting better, and the Dodgers were actually trying to get out of a slump. And you know what? But we thought it was going to turn around against a cellar dweller. Well, it wasn't in game one, and it wasn't in game two. But all of a sudden, game three, it started to look like the Dodgers, and it started to feel like this is the team we expect and what they expect. And the elite came from the mound with Shohei Ohtani, 7 scoreless innings. Everything else was just solid with the offense and with the bullpen, and they got their W. Now they need to get another one to be 500 in the series.
Ohtani was brilliant on the bump. Mookie Betts with his first home run off the injured list. Neither of those guys are in the lineup tonight, though. David Vassegh, little lineup shakeup.
Hey, the good news is Miguel Rojas is in the lineup tonight. Whenever he's in there, something special is going to happen. Dave Roberts already had made the decision to give Shohei Ohtani the night off tonight, but he is available off the bench if needed as a pinch hitter. Mookie Betts, he was not going to play 4 straight games after coming off the IL with a right oblique strain. So Will Smith, for the first time in his major league career, will lead off for the Dodgers tonight. I sent the Dodgers DH tonight a text asking him if he's going to approach that at bat any differently than any other. He simply responded, same AB.
Thank you, DV. And they're going to try and support this man on the mound tonight, Emmett Sheehan, who has pitched so well every time he toes up against the Giants.
Well, he has thrown really well. The fastball command has been better against the Giants. The slider has been dominant. Those are his 2 pitches that he mainly goes with. He'd love to get an improved changeup, but to get his overall record to be going, if you're Emmett Sheehan, you want a better outing. And he's going against a guy who's super hot and has been hot against the Dodgers. The best thing the Dodgers did was the 5 walks, but they've got to find a way to push those guys around. His fastball, his curveball, and his changeup has been outstanding this year.
We'll see if that recent familiarity will help the Dodger lineup against Landon Root. We're going to step aside for a moment and get ready for Emmett Sheehan's first pitch. The finale for the Dodgers and Giants is coming your way next.
Chevy drive.
All eyes are on Kyle Tucker right now as he has been red hot. He had 2 doubles last night, and in the month of May, he is batting over 300. Jerry, what you seeing?
About 2 weeks, everybody, the world was ending because Kyle Tucker got off to a slow start. This kid can absolutely rake.
Yeah, I
He
mean,
can, and he's doing it. Go ahead, James.
I was just saying, he's real stoic up there. He has great at-bats.
And hopefully he can be the guy to set the tone early in this one. First pitch is coming up next.
Chevy drivers need it.
Back-to-back world champion Dodgers baseball on Sportsnet LA. Brought to you by Carl's Jr. Carl's Jr.'s new Western Bacon Chicken Sandwich with freshly hand-breaded all-white meat and just $5.99 for a limited time. And by your Southern California Lexus dealer, who invites you to test drive a Lexus today. Dodgers finishing up the homestand when Emmett Sheehan is here at home at Uniqlo Field at Dodger Stadium, pitching against San Francisco. He's dealing 17 2/3 career innings, 22 punch-outs, just 1 hit.
Emmett is looking for performances that he's had against the Giants again tonight, and then in future outings against teams that wear different uniforms. He's looking for more depth into the game, and he's looking for more quality. And his first inning has been tough for him. And you know what? It's really interesting because in the first inning, the ERA is so high, and then it continues and gets much better. But in the first inning, he has the highest velocity, and then the velocity drops down about 2 miles an hour. Maybe forget about the velocity and just hit your spots in this first inning.
Statcast 3D is powered by Google Cloud, and it illustrates his arsenal so far this year.
Well, you can see the fastball getting hit and the changeup getting hit. Those were both pretty elite pitches last year, whereas ERA was way down. The slider has been the thing that has really kept him afloat. And tonight, hopefully, the fastball command improves, and then the ability to change speeds with that changeup improves.
He's coming off a no decision last Friday against Atlanta, a game the Dodgers eventually won, beating Chris Sale. Here's the lineup for San Francisco. And Tony Vitello, the first-year manager. Jung-Hoo Lee, Luis Arraez, and Casey Schmidt, the first three. Schmidt with DH duties tonight. Rafael Devers will clean up at first base. Elliot Ramos in left field. Willie Adames will play shortstop. And then it's Matt Chapman, Drew Gilbert, and Eric Haas, the final three.
You know, as a starting pitcher, that you have been roughed up in the first inning. So I know in his bullpen, he was concentrating on these first few pitches and especially the first hitter.
Back-to-back starts. Sheehan has not made it through the fifth inning. He would like to break that streak tonight. Help the Dodgers build toward a winning streak tonight. So here we go, the series finale. Strike one to Jung-Hoo Lee. And getting strike one has been a bigger challenge for Sheehan this year compared to last. Quickly 0-2.
The theory that a lot of starting pitchers have when they come into an outing where they want to go deep into the game is, I might need to save some pitches or save some energy. You really find out that it's harder to go deep into the game when you're saving something. You really need to attack.
Bouncing ball to second. One out.
Full strength right away makes easy innings, which keeps your pitch count down, which then makes you go deeper into the game.
Second baseman, number 1, Luis Arraez.
Now a really pesky task stepping in. Luis Arraez, who brings a 7-game hitting streak into this Thursday night and a .310 average on the year. Miguel Rojas shuffling it short, trying to have some fun with his friend in the batter's box. Say no swing on the appeal. 2-0.
That is fun, and it's also strategy, because you got a back control guy up there that likes to make contact, and if Miggy shows immediately like, hey, big guy, I'm going to be up the middle, he might be slashing towards the hole, but he is scooting around like, where's his first step going to be?
Sheehan on the board with a fastball, 2-1.
I mean, everybody knows the name with Tony Gwynn, and we always felt like he had a steering wheel on his bat. And so I think Arraez is kind of like that, where he likes to look for the biggest hole. He knows that, you know, I don't have the best exit velocity. I am a bat the ball guy. I have a good eye, and I have great eye-hand coordination, and he can probably say, I'm going to be late on purpose. I'm going to be early on purpose.
And just in case Marvin Hudson, the home plate umpire, didn't know, Arraez was saying that was outside. This has popped up to guess who? Rojas. All that shuffling now into shallow left to retrieve the pop-up.
Does he bite the bat?
Yes.
This is hitter number 10, Casey Schmidt.
That pine tar doesn't taste good.
2 outs for Sheehan. Now Casey Schmidt, who's really been the most impactful Giant hitter so far in 2026. Faces all San Francisco hitters with 6 home runs. Wave and a miss, 0-2. Second time in 3 batters, Sheehan jumps ahead, 0-2. Schmidt lays off the high fastball.
Go to your best pitch and get through this first inning positively. Go to your slider.
Strike 3. Hershiser has not patched through the pitch comp, we swear, but a 12-pitch scoreless first for Sheehan. To the Dodgers starting lineup, and save for the first time ever, leading off Will Smith. He's the designated hitter tonight. Shohei Ohtani will start the evening on the bench, as will Mookie Betts. So Freddie Freeman bats second. Kyle Tucker is starting to roll over the last week and a half. He bats third. Andy Pages to clean up, followed by Muncy, Teoscar Hernandez, Rushing, Kim, and Rojas. Facing the right-hander, Landon Roop. Already won 5 games so far this season, an ERA of 3.09. Dodgers just saw him by the Bay on the 21st of April. Starts his night with a strike.
Here's what he threw in that game against the Dodgers, and you have to remember, with 5 walks with this arsenal, he's the lowest zone percentage guy in the National League. So the Dodgers got the 5 walks off him last time. It was just hard pushing him around. They forced him out of the game after 5 innings because he was up to 106 pitches. But they look for some hits with runners in scoring position tonight.
Smith with an OPS below 700, leading off for the first time. He takes a curve low and outside. 1-2. He's 2 for 10 in this series with a walk. Put in this position because Dave Roberts said he's not going to be phased. A heartbeat is as slow as it gets. 1-2, fly in the air, right center field. On the warning track, Gilbert. At the wall, goodbye! I think Will Smith likes that leadoff spot. What do you think?
Shohei Mookie who? I think Dave Roberts, he's like a thermos right now. How do it know? You put hot in, it stays hot. You put cold in, it stays cold. How did Dave Roberts know?
Push the right button, place the right guy. Will Smith in his first appearance leading off. It's a leadoff homer against a guy who doesn't give up home runs.
He's a ground ball machine, but Will, there's a little wind here really high up at Dodger Stadium. The flags are blowing straight down, but up high there is a breeze coming over the top of the roof.
Freeman down swinging for the first out of the inning.
Uniclo Field has some breeze tonight, and Will Smith used it with some backspin oppo power.
Number 23, Kyle Tucker.
You know, talking to the coaching staff before this one, they had 0 worries about, no, we're not working on anything with Will. The only thing we're worried about with Smith is if he gets to the ballpark on time. Because if you look at his numbers, yes, the batting average isn't where it typically is at, nor is the slug, but his expected slug is about 120 points higher than the actual. So they feel like he's just hitting into some bad luck. 2 balls, no strikes on Kyle Tucker. 1-0 Dodgers in the first. Now Tucker in the air to right. Gilbert racing over. Lee calls him off, and he makes the catch.
Will Smith hit the 106th ball off the bat against Roop, and Tucker just hit the 107th. Will Smith's ball was the first ball that has been barreled up. It took 106 batted balls off of Roop to finally get a barrel, and Will Smith is the one that did it. That is an amazing percentage for Will and for Roop.
Ball 1 low on Andy Pages. For those who don't know what a barrel is, it's a batted ball with specific metrics. Expected batting average of at least 500 and a 1,500 expected slugging percentage. Also taking into account launch angle, and numbers change depending on the swing. But the fact that Roop has gone this long into a year without giving up any is remarkable.
0 for 105 until Will Smith came up.
2-1 the count on Pages.
And at 0 for 105, he was at least tied for first.
He was the best in baseball. Andy Pages looking for his first hit of the season against San Francisco. He's 0 for 18 against the Giants. 2-2. Bouncing ball toward the middle. Rise. No, Adames slips ahead to make the play, and that ends the inning. But it started with a bang for the Dodgers. Will Smith with a leadoff home run. And Machine getting ready for the second inning. He finishes first with his first strikeout. So 6 more to get 7, and a free jumbo jack tomorrow in Los Angeles. Curves in, strike 1 on Rafael Devers. 1-0 Dodgers thanks to Will Smith's leadoff home run. Sheehan's 1-1. Sails upstairs. Two. Devers is starting to warm up a little bit and look more Rafael Devers-like. He's got a 4-game hitting streak, and in the last 13 he's batting .364. Sheehan gives him a 2-2, and he lays off the high heat.
Dodgers through this series, which this is the 4th game, have really used their fastball a lot to Devers, and that would tell me that they think maybe that's the ball he pops up, swings through, where he has more of a slider speed bat.
Payoff. Devers to left center field. Pages went back, now racing in, and he makes the play. We're going to head down to David Vassegh.
Steven, I told you earlier that Will Smith sent me a text and told me that he was going to treat that leadoff at bat the same as any other at bat, and obviously a leadoff home run. Certainly we've seen that in the 9th inning, leading off innings, but not leading off the bottom of the 1st inning. I actually talked to Dalton Rushing in the clubhouse because in the previous 2 games that Ohtani was not in the starting lineup, Dalton was the DH and was leading off. And he said, I hadn't done that since high A. And I wasn't very comfortable doing that because I just wanted to kind of feel out the game, feel out the pitcher, see what he had. So Dave Roberts said before in the press conference as well this afternoon that his choice for Will Smith was pretty easy because he's unflappable.
No, spot on, DV. Thanks so much. And look, given all the shuffling that the Dodgers have had to do with their lineup already this year because of injuries, because the guys scuffling, trying to spark players, etc., there was a question about what the lineup was going to look like today because you knew Shohei was going to need to be down. They wanted to get him back-to-back days off of hitting. Mookie Betts wasn't going to play 4 in a row coming off the injured list. Ball and a strike on Elliot Ramos. But once you knew that Will Smith was available, you had a feeling that he was going to be the best option for Roberts, and So far, so good. On the ground left side in the glove of Muncy. Drop.
When you need to shake up a lineup, or when you just want to make other players relevant, get them in there because they've been going stale on the bench, it's really good for clubhouse chemistry when those turn into wins and those guys contribute and the roles switch a little bit, but everybody's still comfortable in getting it done. So this could be a really fun game for overall the homestand ending and going into a 9-game road trip.
Strike one to Willie Adames, and that's something Dave Roberts addressed today too. The fact that it's now pretty well known and accepted that the conversation between the Dodgers and Ohtani and his workload is ongoing, and he is okay with getting time off of hitting to focus on the pitching. Games like this give Dave Roberts a chance to see what he's got. Different orders, different formations. So when you do let that guy get a breather, you know which route you want to go. The 0-2, Adames. Not going to swing at that. Slider in the dirt way outside.
Shohei is in the news no matter what he's doing, but now with the ERA that he has posted and we are past the quarter pole, there are so many questions about, do you think he can win the Cy Young? And of course the answer is yes, but there is so much season left that the guy he's talking to right there on the bench has got a chance too to turn around what he's been doing. And if they both get run support, it'll be a race. If one of them gets run support and the other one doesn't, that might be a little bit of an advantage, and the other one's going to have to pitch a lot better. But neither one have really gotten a lot of run support since being a Dodger.
Fastball just outside. Count's gone from 0-2 to full.
And that's drawing the short straw with this offense and what has been here for the last few years. It's just some bad luck on the nights that happen to be your starter nights.
Sheehan's payoff. Ball 4 and a 2-out walk after having him 0-2. Sheehan has really reined in the walks recently, so that result a surprise even before you factor in where the count was. In the last 3 games he started entering this evening, 25 strikeouts compared to just 2 free passes. Strike one swinging on Matt Chapman. One and one.
Emmett getting outs on all 3 of his main pitches, the fastball, the slider, and the changeup.
On a 1-1, Chapman takes strike 2. Perfectly placed on the inside corner from Sheehan. He's a strike away from finishing the second. Beg your pardon, the outside quarter. Chapman's a right-handed batter. Pitch misses upstairs.
I would think here comes the slider. I was wrong. It was a pickoff. That I did not have.
That's the pitch he used to finish the first inning. To give Chapman on this 2-2. A slider, same result. Strike 3 swinging. He strands the 2-out walk, keeps the Dodgers ahead.
Don't miss Play Ball Weekend. It's coming up June 5th through the 7th, encouraging youth everywhere to get out and play. You can visit playball.org to register for a free event near you.
Dodgers 1, Giants nothing. Max Muncy, Teoscar Hernandez, and Dalton Rushing do up. Ball one low and away to Muncy. Off last night, 2 for 8 in the series. To 11 home runs. And 27 in his Dodger career against San Francisco. The 2-1 from Roop. Trying to sneak through the front door, could not. Ball 3. The 3-1. Ball 4 and a leadoff walk. Back-to-back innings to start the game. The Dodgers put the leadoff man on. How about Teoscar Hernandez this homestand, Bulldog?
Yeah.
Hits in 4 of 5 games.
He's starting to get it going, and you can hope because his smile and his offense is contagious, and he has played a really solid left field when he's been out there.
Takes a sinker and strike 1. 4 for 11 in this series with a double. So walked 1 time, drove in a run. The 1-1 hooks away. Now, for where the Dodgers have been offensively the last 3+ weeks, still, as we sit here and now, in first place because the Padres lost in Milwaukee today, and that's without any slug from their sluggers. Teoscar Hernandez, fly ball opposite field. This ball is going to bounce off the warning track. And there's some slug. It's a stand-up double for Hernandez. The ball is skipping through the infield. Muncy's going to hold at third base.
Well, he's doing it himself this homestand, getting hits in 5 out of the 6 games that he's played in, and this is one of those 5. And this one slices away right into the gap, and he needs a little luck. He needs a little momentum where the ball falls in, and this could be one that really helps his confidence in ending this homestand. And he's got a lot of this game left to get a few more at-bats to go through those gyrations.
6 doubles now on the year for Hernandez. Infield in for San Francisco. Ball 1 low and away on rushing. Second and third, no outs. Rushing swings through a changeup and evens the count. Oh boy. He held there to give Haas a lane to throw the ball back to the mound. And backed up right before Haas threw the pearl out there. Roop's 1-1. Hale's low and away. So Landon Roop came into this start having not allowed a single barrel all year. Will Smith led off the game with a home run, barrel. Teoscar Hernandez, double, barrel.
Dieter Rule over there on the organ is really, he is really tickling the ivories tonight. Going crazy over there.
Strike 3 called, rushing, taps the helmet.
Challenge and the call of strike.
ABS challenge powered by T-Mobile here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. And it's confirmed.
Call is confirmed. LA has 1 challenge left.
It'll be an interesting evening for Dalton rushing behind the plate. Conversations with Marvin Hudson now. It won't be awkward, but it'll be a little bit more fun.
Rushing frustrated. He knows that his job there was to have a productive out if you're going to be retired with runners in second and third and no outs. Now one away for Ha-Seong Kim. Line drive, base hit into left center field. Muncy scores. Hernandez will hold. Kim reading the throw. Will hold it first with an RBI base hit. And the Dodgers double their lead.
Will Smith drives in himself in the first at bat. Kim says, I'll take the first pitch. A high sinker that he just gets the barrel on with a nice level swing. Down and through the ball, a little above his waist. That's got to be another barrel. That was ripped.
Now the bottom of the order, Miguel Rojas.
And I've been corrected, it wasn't a barrel because it wasn't high enough in the launch angle.
Bunted back to Roop. Hernandez caught between third and home. Roop running toward third. Teo is tagged out.
He's trying to push it by the pitcher for a routine ground ball to the other side. You see how San Francisco's defense was so wide open to the right side. They just didn't get through the bunt enough and hit it square enough.
Number 16.
So they give the Giants a second out in this inning. Lineup turns over back to Will Smith. 1 for 1 in game number 1 in the leadoff spot. And that one hit a home run. First pitch strike from Roop.
Will hit a sinker, and the league was hitting 173 off of that pitch before he hit that home run.
Roop's 0-1. Misses low. The last Dodger to hit a leadoff home run, the first time he ever led off a game, Scott Schebler. September of 2015. On the road where the Dodgers are going next. Anaheim. Roop's 1-1. And Smith couldn't check the swing. Strike 2. This is second home run for Smith the last 34 games. Got the Dodgers rolling tonight. They've added to the lead. Looking for some more in the second. On a 1-2. Roop bounces a curve. Two on, 2 out, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2-0 Dodgers. Smith strikes out on a curve. The Dodgers strand a pair, but add another. Back-to-back world champion Dodgers baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by your local Kia dealers. Visit kia.com to discover movement that inspires. Dodgers 2, Giants 0. We're about to begin the third. Bottom of the order, Drew Gilbert leading off. Miguel Rojas back in the field. The Dodgers scored a run in each of the first 2 innings. Strike 1 to Gilbert. We're going to go downstairs to David Vassegh.
Stephen, I tapped into Miguel Rojas's knowledge. He wants to be a future manager, and we actually were talking about the safety squeeze play that Rojas was not able to execute in that last inning. He told me when Drew Gilbert executed his squeeze play, he executed the bunt perfectly because you want to bunt it to the first baseman. Here it was a couple of nights ago, a veteran pitcher on the mound, veteran first baseman, and he was able to get it up the line, a perfect play that Freddie Freeman couldn't do. Here it is with Rojas in the last inning, back to the pitcher, and that's the reason why he was so upset after the inning. He did not execute the bunt, and Teoscar Hernandez hung out to dry on a safety squeeze play that was busted.
You know, sometimes you not only are trying to execute it properly, you're trying to have a proper miss, just like pitchers. So the proper miss is to miss foul with that ball, that bunt, and then to miss towards the pitcher, and especially with no strikes. If it's a sacrifice situation and all you're trying to do is deaden it anywhere in fair territory, about 15, 20 feet in front of home plate, that doesn't matter the angle. Then your goal is just to deaden it and have the right distance. But when you're trying to push it for a safety squeeze, it is really the right distance and the right angle, or the wrong angle, foul at first base.
Fastball by Gilbert. 3 strikeouts for Emmett Sheehan. 1 out in the 3rd inning. So strikeout number 3, 4 away from free Jumbo Jacks on Friday in Los Angeles, after, of course, you buy a large drink. Ball 1 to Eric Haas. Yeah, Eric Haas. The same Eric Haas who became the first player in MLB with a multi-home run game against Yoshinobu Yamamoto, and the first Giant catcher with the multi-home run game ever in this ballpark. Even Haas himself joked to the media afterwards, "Yeah, I didn't have that on my bingo card."
3 guys up there around home plate that wear masks for a living. One got it right square in his, Dalton Rushing. Haas with a sympathetic check-in, and also Marvin Hudson, the home plate umpire.
'40th pitch of the game for Sheehan. Slider misses upstairs. Much better slider there, and a better result, 2-2.
His slider is very short and tight right now, and it looks like a fastball for an eternity after it leaves his hand, and then it has that really good break at the end.
And you've seen that a lot from Sheehan this year. When he's down in the count like he was before that last pitch, was 2-1, he will throw the breaking stuff. He'll stay away from the fastball. He's hit on the ground to second, handled by Kidd. 2 out.
Number 51, Jung-Hoo Lee.
So that completes the first trip through the order for Emmett Sheehan. 3 strikeouts and 1 walk. First pitch strike on Jung-Hoo Lee. He grounded out to second base, leading off the game. 2-0 Dodgers in the 3rd. On a 1-1, Lee grounds it toward his own dugout. And Willie Adames jumping for cover, strike 2.
Looks like a fan might be giving a little hard time. He's just laughing about it, making a memory for somebody.
That's Willie for you. Uh-oh, 2-strike pitch, a slider that plunks Lee.
Yeah, going for the inside slider and just had the wrong line with it.
Number 1, Luis Arraez.
He really has been locked in. His spray pattern has been very tight and made very few mistakes.
You saw his reaction, a word we can't say on this particular headset. Not only because 2 outs, nobody on, you had 2 strikes, but now you got Luis Arraez. Contact at the plate. – Throws it by him. 0-2.
So 94 looks like 97 to a eye-hand coordination guy when you're landing your slider and you got a changeup and you put it in the right place. 97, 98 down the middle, overthrown. He's going to hit it. 94 located properly with other pitches landing. It's by him.
Fastball velo has dropped this year. So has the effectiveness. But it was really great his last turn. Rolled to the right side. And that'll do it for the third. No runs or hits against Shea in the first 3 innings. We welcome you back. Working on a win presented by the Home Depot. Freddie Freeman so far in the month of May has looked like Freddie Freeman. Batting .318. He's hit safely in 10 of the Dodgers' first 13 games this month. Did strike out his first trip to the plate tonight. Curveball in the dirt. Freeman, Tucker, and Pages on the docket for the Dodgers this inning, trying to do what they did in each of the first 2, score a run.
Dodgers so far in these last 2 games, they've scored 6 unanswered runs, and they've also posted 12 scoreless innings in a row. So the offense doing a solid job. The pitching is amazing. The defense is supporting them. And the bullpen chimed in the end of last night.
On a 2-1. Troop has a curve slip away from him. Ball 3. Three balls and a strike. The pitch. Line to second. Arise is there.
Freddie has had the line drive swing, and he is not unhappy with himself. He's just unhappy with the luck, I'm sure. And he's a tad unhappy with himself because that ball had topspin compared to backspin, and that little practice swing he made walking back to the dugout with one hand on the bat told me about that. Yep, he was looking a little bit farther, keeping that bat on line.
First out of the inning, strike 1 to Kyle Tucker. On a strike now. Tucker flew out to right field, his first at bat in the first inning. Tucker on the ground to second. Diving stop. Arise.
You can't hit it there in the air, and you can't hit it there in the ground.
The latest student of Ron Washington.
He really has been impressive. I mean, we've gotten to watch him now, 3.5 games, and come into the series thinking he's a liability. You come out of the series going, this guy's an asset at second.
There's Wash, and I asked Arise's new favorite coach, about his defensive turnaround this season. Like, Wash, I mean, I know you did it with Marcus Semien. There's so many guys who will point to Ron Washington as, hey, he changed the trajectory of my career, and he's done the same for Arise. And Wash, ever humble, kind of deflected the praise. He said Luis Arise just needed somebody to love on him, pour into him, because he wants the feedback. It's not, hey, I'm listening to what you're saying. I'm now trying to apply it. And then I'm asking, am I applying it correctly?
And if there's a truth teller in the game, it's Ron Washington. And he doesn't do it with really long sentences. He gets right to the point.
2-1 coming to Andy Pages. Wave and a miss.
The term old school is thrown around too much, but if you're going to go old school, you're going Ron Washington. He doesn't care how much money you're making. He just wants to invest in your life. He doesn't care how big a resume you have. He's just going to invest in your life.
On the ground, a third, fair ball played by Chapman. Makes those look easy throughout his career, doesn't he? The Dodgers go down in order in the third. They still lead the Giants 2-0.
Be one of the first 40,000 fans on May 29th. Take home an exclusive Alex Vesia bobblehead presented by Starlux Airlines. Visit Dodgers.com/promotions for more information.
Emmett Sheehan back to work for the fourth inning. And the fastball, which has been his best pitch throughout his career, has really hit hard his first 6 starts. It's looked a lot better against Atlanta and so far tonight against San Francisco.
Yeah, so far against San Francisco tonight 0 for 4, and you go back right to that Atlanta start, 0 for 7 against the heater.
Quickly 0-2 on Casey Schmidt.
This image for Emmett of pitching against the Giants might last him his whole career, because he has dominated this uniform. It doesn't even matter what the personnel is inside the uniform.
High in the air, that'll be foul on the left field side.
All time against the Giants, Emmett Sheehan, they are 3 for 77.
Whoa. Emmett Sheehan has been 0-2 on 6 of the first 12 Giants tonight.
Is that all? Sheesh.
Wow. Trying to finish Schmidt. And he does. Just pumps it by him.
That's another area of improvement that he wants to make. With 2 strikes last year, the league had 135 off of him. With 2 strikes this year so far, coming into this outing, the league was hitting 225, which is the 7th worst in the National League. Well, he's changing that tune tonight.
Close to a 50% whiff rate tonight as Devers fouls back strike 1. 12 whiffs, his first 25 swings so far in this one.
Well, we have a walk and a hit batter, and that's it. Other than that, he has been locked in exactly where he wants the ball.
Another 0-2 count.
Heater up, a hole they've attacked the whole series. And early in the series, it looked like Devers was going to break out and all of a sudden become Devers. They've slowed him down the last 2 games.
Filleted shallow left. Trouble. Muncy going back. Can't get it. A blue base hit for Devers with 1 out in the 4th. And that is the first hit allowed by Sheehan tonight.
That shows you how hard it is to throw a no-hitter. You got to have all of baseball probabilities in line, plus you've got to have amazing stuff. That's why usually strikeout pitchers throw the most no-hitters, because the ball is not put in play when you're striking somebody out, so those baseball probabilities don't fall against you.
Tying run at the plate, Elliot Ramos. Strike 1, foul back. Definitely was not a hard hit ball for Devers. 71 miles per hour off the bat, just put it into no man's land. One and one. Ramos grounded out to Muncy as the second out in the second inning. Good curve, just missed.
And we haven't seen many of those, but that was an excellent curveball. Oh, little challenge, might have got it.
Well, Dodgers have just 1 left. Dalton Rushing burned 1 at the plate. And he throws that curveball about 10% of the time. 2-2. On the ground to short. Rojas to Kim. Kim falling away. Can't make the turn. It looked like he had some trouble getting it out of the glove cleanly.
Well, it was also up above his shoulders, I think. Miguel will tell you that he's got to give him a little better feed. He's trying to protect him and do the backside of the bag, but around the waist.
Did he keep his foot on?
Yeah, his left foot was on when he received the ball, and that's why the weight was going backwards when he went to throw. So he's stretching that way for the throw.
San Francisco is calling, challenging the out call at second base.
I think his foot is dragging across the bag. And Miguel and him are going over the finer points, and Miguel's saying, I didn't give you the right feed. But he's on the bag and dragging the last little bit. Is that a better angle than maybe he's off?
There's a lot of dirt on the bottom of his cleats, so it kind of looks like there's dirt in between him and the bag.
Yeah, that angle makes me a little bit more insecure about my prediction. This is the exact same time of the two pictures. You're going to see that one and this one. I don't think it's going to be enough to overturn it. The call in the field's out. We shall see.
Again, the side angle, the side of his cleat.
After review, the call on the field stands. The runner is out. San Francisco will lose their challenge.
He's out by a toe.
So Devers off the bases. Ramos takes his place. 2 outs in the 4th inning.
It's always good when you're keeping score with a pen to have the call written down early.
Here's Willy Adames. Strike catches the corner.
That's a good first pitch just to get back in your glove, because that was a hanger on the inner half that could have been a 2-run bomb. Thank you for taking it.
Popped it up. Rushing. Will give it a look. Tosses the mask. On the logo, he makes the catch. And so that strands another Giant. Keeps it 2-0 LA in the middle of the 4th. The rivalry as close as it gets. From coast to coast, from generation to generation. The Dodgers and Giants. There's 2 games separating these 2 teams in the all-time head-to-head win column. So many electric moments that come to mind. Max Muncy, he told David Bassett in the Dodger dugout during the pregame show that embrace it. It's fun. You're getting to be a part of something like this. Chopped to first. Fair ball fielded by Devers. Root covers the bag for the first out. The Giants this year, forget all time, just this year, in 4 of the first 6 games, they've already beaten the Dodgers as many times this year as they did all of last season. Dodgers took 9 of 13 a year ago. Strike 1 on Teoscar Hernandez. Teo doubled his first time up. He was hung out to dry on a weird play. Failed bunt attempt, or squeeze attempt, I should say, from Miguel Rojas. So he was tagged out between third and home. Roop's 2-1 pitch. Hernandez loops it down into the left field corner. He's going to have his second double of the game. He doesn't want this homestand to end.
No, he's starting to consistently get hits in this homestand. Only missed one of the games that he played where he did take an offer. But this one he earns a little bit more. The barreled up deep fly ball to right center was hit in the right place. This one was hit properly, and a line drive, top spin down the line.
In scoring position for Dalton Rushing with 1 out. Two 2-0. Rushing 0 for his last 6 with 3 strikeouts. He's really cooled off his last 10 games.
This is where he has to be disciplined. Look for a certain pitch and hit it if it's there. If not, take it. Have a good team at bat. It might look like a chase, but that changeup had a lot of depth, and it was in the middle of the plate looking like a heater for a long time.
The chase has gone up quite a bit since the end of April. Ahead 2-1 still. Strike 2 called at the top of the zone, a front door sinker.
That was a pretty special pitch.
Yeah. Wow.
Look at that. With movement coming from his right elbow of Dalton Rushing and then hitting the strike zone.
So now the 2-2 lays off a lower change. Full count.
First base open, and your walk sets up a double play. So don't think you're just going to get a fastball cookie here. He's still going to try and get you out.
Roop's payoff. Swing and a miss. Strike 3.
Yeah, he threw the oddball pitch. Setting him up with fastballs and the changeups, and then he goes to the 3-2 curveball because first base is open and not real scared of the walk.
Number 6.
Ha-Seong Kim 1 for 1 with an RBI single. It came on a first pitch sinker thrown by Roop in the second. Takes the first pitch this time. It's a curve and a strike. Oh. Dalton Rushing breaking the bat after his second K of the night.
I thought.
Love that from Emmett Sheehan. Love that from Emmett Sheehan. The 0-2 to Kim. Outside.
That's a very mature response of watching your catcher be upset about his at bat. And it really has boiled over, not only in that strikeout, but the strikeout in the second when he had a runner on third and couldn't get him in.
Hernandez on second, 2 outs, 2-0 Dodgers. Kim strikes out on a high fastball. Back-to-back Ks. Strand, Teos, 1-out double. No change in the score. 2-0 going to the 5th. Back-to-back world champion Dodgers baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by your Toyota dealers. We make it easy. It hasn't been an easy series for the Dodgers. They need a win tonight to escape with a split this 4-game set against the Giants. 2-0 is their lead as we start the 5th with a strike from Emmett Sheehan. Bottom of the order for San Francisco here in the top of the 5th. One and one for Matt Chapman, who struck out in his first plate appearance. Fastball by him, 1-2. Popped in the air, first base side, foul ground, rushing. Watches it go out of play. Wow. Pinball down in the dugout club seats. Ball and 2 strikes, the count on Chapman. Got him.
Boy, we've seen that pitch a lot tonight. A slider low and away, perfectly executed to a right-handed hitter to put him away.
Number 0, Drew
Outstanding.
Dave Roberts was asked today about Tyler Glasnow's progression on the injured list. Excuse me, with the back injury. Hey, is Glasnow going to be ready to go as soon as he's able to be activated? And Dave Roberts said no. He's throwing from flat ground, but they're going to be a slow build. They're going to be cautious and take their time with him. And so to tie that with your point you made earlier, if you're a young starter like Emmett Sheehan or Roki Sasaki or Justin Robleski, you've been there where you're trying to avoid the thought creeping into your brain too much about I'm pitching for my life here, my job. Well, knowing that they're going to be careful with Tyler Glasnow, it should hopefully give them a little bit more comfort.
Yeah, a little more breathing room. And it's one thing that is the context, is another thing what attitude you take onto the mound and what you take as you breathe between each pitch. If it motivates you to focus, if it motivates you to have more ability and allow your potential to come out, then you use that context. But if it is something that makes you nervous or makes you overthrow or makes you forget your mechanics or you lose the speed of the game, then you've got to find a way to play some mental gymnastics with yourself and find the right brain space and what you want to do. Well, he has found it tonight. And when it has gone just a little south, he's locked back in. But I would say 95% of this outing, he's been really, really, really good.
Another 1-2 to Gilbert. Slider misses low and away. Up and away, ball 3. The count suddenly full. Settling in for this 3-2. Strike 3 called. Gilbert taps the helmet. ABS challenge powered by T-Mobile. He thought it was low.
My quick call is low.
Ball 4.
Overturns those balls. San Francisco still has 2 challenges left.
Going to bring the tying run to the plate for San Francisco. Here's a word from Jacoby and Myers.
Injured in an accident? Call Jacoby and Myers, the official law firm of the Los Angeles Dodgers.
Disappointing walk for Sheehan, given the batter and the count. One aboard for Haas, one away in the 5th.
It is rare to go 0-2 to walk, and Emmett has done it twice tonight.
Haas 0 for 1, grounded out to second base. Strike one, fouled away. Trying to back up his 2 home run performance the other night. His manager Tony Vitello said of Haas, he has Jake Taylor vibes for the major league enthusiasts. Ball 2 upstairs. Vitello said maybe it's Major League 4. I don't know how many of those things they made. They were getting pretty bad, so hopefully they stopped. Sheehan's 2-1. Popped him up on the infield. Rojas, that's a drop. Tries to get cheeky, but
the fastball tonight has been much better. The location, but also because he's landing the slider and the changeup more, and it's really made the fastball more effective. It's almost where the Giants are getting beat by it.
Two outs. Haas now on first. Gilbert back in the dugout. Leadoff batter Jung-Hoo Lee. Strike one. 16 of 19 first pitch strikes from Sheehan. Oh, and 2. Sheehan trying to do something here tonight that he wasn't able to do in each of his last 2 starts. Get through the 5th. Sprayed to left field, slicing toward the line. It's a fair ball. And Hernandez lets it spin by him. It goes all the way to the corner. Haas is going to score. Lee being waved home. The relay throw is high, and the game is tied. Oh, what a blunder from Teoscar Hernandez in left field.
Really interesting what that ball did when it hit the wall. It has tremendous amount of spin on it because it's sliced. It's a jam shot slice that hits the dirt, and now let's watch the second bounce. This one, it hits off the wall and gets by him.
I don't know if he thought that was going to bounce out of play.
I think that's probably the assumption because he got so close to the second bounce. But as it bounced, it continued towards the corner. And with Lee's speed, they just pushed the envelope with 2 outs. And it would have been close if the throw was down, but it was high. And I love the visit from Mark Pryor because you don't want Sheehan to lose it mentally here because of that tough play.
An inside the park home run for Jung-Hoo Lee to reset the ball game, tied at 2.
Espinal winds this one up with the crow hop, and it would have been bang bang if the ball would have been down. You want to throw it into the ground with a hop, or if it's low for 1 hop and it makes it in the air, then that'll be a pitch clock violation, I would think. They're gonna call it. It used to not even be a balk, but now with a clock, it's got to be a violation. You used to be able to do this without the clock and go, okay, that's just no pitch, no balk, no nothing, nobody's on. But yeah, it should be 1-0.
Marvin Hudson opts to not turn on the microphone, but he signaled with his hands. Ball 1. Arise hangs back, pulls it in the air right field side. It'll hook foul.
We've seen that about 4 or 5 times from Arise in this series, where he has turned on something in, but it's always been home run distance, but foul.
Arise in the air to right center field. Pages reading it back, has plenty of room, and he makes the catch. But a new look to the ball game after an inside the park home run from Jung-Hoo Lee. 2-2 the middle of the 5th.
Join us for Dave Roberts bobblehead night on May 25th, presented by Toyo Tires. Visit Dodgers.com/promotions for more information.
Tie game, 2-2. Bottom of the 5th. Jung-Hoo Lee with an inside the park home run after a slicing line drive to left field, spun away from Teoscar Hernandez and all the way to the wall. 9-1-2 coming to the plate for the Dodgers in this 5th inning. Three and 0 to Rojas, top of the order, and Will Smith on deck. Strike one called. It looked like ball 4. Rojas didn't challenge. 70th pitch of the game for Root. And then he whiffs on a curve. Full count. Roop's payoff. Rojas to the ground ball, base hit. Ball don't lie.
Miggy with a couple of hits last night, now hits this cutter in the 6th hole. Dodgers have done well against Roop's hard stuff. They've caught up to the sinker now, and they've caught up to the cutter right there.
Third time up for Will Smith in the leadoff spot for the first time ever. Strike one from Roop. Performance Spotlight is sponsored by your Southern California Nissan dealers. In the first inning, a leadoff home run to the opposite field.
Well, the first time they faced Roop, they were 0 for 6 off his sinker with 3 Ks. And this time around tonight, Will Smith started him off on the right track. They are 3 for 10 with the home run and 2 Ks off of that sinker. So hitting .300 off of it tonight with some power.
First day off in 2026 for Ohtani. Smith taking his place at top of the order. Waves at strike 2. Just the 8th time in 401 games for Shohei, regular season or postseason with the Dodgers, that he's sitting out a game.
He'll be available off the bench if this score stays tight.
Roop's 1-2. Misses low.
I wouldn't be surprised in another inning or two if our cameras pan the bench that you won't see Ohtani because he'll be in the cage getting loose. Dave Vassay, our scout, has been saying that Ohtani's been back and forth from the clubhouse to the bench.
Not a bad curveball, just a better take from Smith.
Dave Vassay has such a nose for news. He is a Dodger insider and a good one. He has a magic touch with the players.
Oh yeah.
He
looks good in that suit, DV.
He does. When does it have to be back to the rental company?
No, stop. Smith strikes out on a curve.
I saw him put the mic up to his mouth. I'm watching him down there. He wanted to talk right there.
First base, Freddie Freeman.
Freddie Freeman's 0 for 2. Game tied at 2 in the bottom of the 5th. Rojas on first, 1 out.
So this is the third time.
Rojas just got back.
That's why you slide for the back edge of the bag to give yourself one more foot to get back in there. Back edge, body out near right field, just going for the back corner. Give them very little to tag. But this is the third time that the Dodgers have gotten the leadoff hitter on in 5 tries. The other 2 tries that were successful, they both scored. Will Smith with the home run and then the walk to Muncy where he came around to score.
3 balls, no strikes. Freeman with the green light. Hot shot to first, handled by Devers. The throw to second, skips off the bag into the outfield.
Now between Lee's ball that ended up being a 2-run inside the park home run, and now this one turns into a little bit of an adventure. Devers with the loose grip on it, and Miggy gets an extra 90 feet because of that.
The go-ahead run 90 feet away for the Dodgers, but 2 outs in the inning. Mound visit for Landon Roop and the entirety of the Giant infield.
You notice that both pitching coaches, when chaos breaks out, they're both out there. It's just such a good timing as far as the visits to get everybody back on the same page, give them a breather.
For the Dodgers, right field, Kyle Tucker.
Kyle Tucker hitless so far tonight, but hits have not been a problem the last week and a half for him. Showed signs of life in that bat. Fouls away a changeup, strike 1. Entering this game is hitting .333 his last 11, but you go back even further than that, Oral. 19-game stretch where he's basically batting .300, .297. One and one.
You're really starting to see the reason the Dodgers signed him. That this is a professional hitter. He's starting to calm down early in the counts to look like, you know, I'm confident to go deep into an at-bat. The power is starting to show up.
Curveball called a strike.
Dodgers could use a little 2-out RBI here, but it's going to be tough if that keeps getting called a strike.
No challenge from Tucker, known for his command of the strike zone. They only have 1 left, so perhaps he just doesn't want to burn it in the 5th. 2-2. That is the second missed call of the inning. Rojas, ball 4 was called a strike. He eventually found his way aboard with a base hit. On a 2-2. Tucker bounces one into the Giant dugout. Giant starter approaching 90 pitches. 2 outs here in the 5th.
Roop took 106 in his last outing against the Dodgers to get through 5. A little more efficient here.
Another 2-2. Change up, ball 3, and now the count is full.
Dodgers would love to get a 2-out RBI here and get a little bit of the momentum back.
Rojas on third, 2 out. Roop's payoff. Strike 3. Lets out a roar after King Tucker. Back-to-back world champion Dodgers baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by Jack in the Box. Jack's new Smash Jack Sliders Munchie Meal with a chance to win the $75,000 prize for Jack's 75th anniversary. Dodgers 2, Giants 2. Second half of the series finale here in LA. Emmett Sheehan facing 3, 4, and 5 in the Giant lineup. Casey Schmidt hooks one foul, strike 1. Emmett Sheehan had that look about him for a good portion of this game to start. 3 1/3 innings without surrendering a hit, and even after that maintained that look like, hey, this is shutout territory for the right-hander. Out the way, strike 2 against Schmidt.
He doesn't really want this count. He's really good at first pitch strikes, but every batter that has reached in this game has been with a 2-strike count. All 5.
Including Jung-Hoo Lee tied the game with an inside the park home run with 2 outs in the 5th. Tipped into the glove, strike 3. Schmidt down for the first out of the 6th, and the 6th K for Sheehan.
Very nice. He has K'd 6, and this one he does finish off and doesn't reach base. The 2-strike count out.
Schmidt has 3 of the 6 strikeouts. Rafael Devers has 1 of the Giants' 2 hits. He whiffs on a fastball, 0-1.
Calls an early timeout to regroup.
Still such a surprising thing to see Rafael Devers in a Giant uniform after that trade from the Red Sox. Part of the return that Boston got in exchange for Devers is now in the Dodgers system. James Tibbs. 2-1.
James Tibbs is doing very well.
2-1 to Devers. Tap back to Sheehan. Calmly throws over. 2 out.
The fielder, Elliot Ramos.
This is the 4th time that Emmett Sheehan has been over 90 pitches, and he has had a season high 101. So that's why we're seeing the bullpen action. We're getting close to the finish line. I think he would love to finish this 6th inning and get some handshakes.
I know the inside the park home run will definitely be a bummer, but it should not take away from what the Dodgers have seen from Emmett Sheehan tonight.
You know, it still could have been an outing like Shohei where he went 7 innings and threw the zeros up. Yes, he would have had to pitch out of a 2-out jam if that ball doesn't get away from Teo. But he still was throwing the ball really, really well. The ball that went down the line to turn out to be the inside the park home run right there by Lee was a jam shot that had tremendous spin that just had a very odd carom.
Yanks a slider away. 2-2 on Ramos. 2 outs, nobody on in the 6th. Game tied at 2.
I would think that Teo would tell you that there was a little assumption on that ball is going to go into the stands on that, but he'd also tell you that he probably should have played it a little better.
Sheehan's 2-2. Tap foul. Now Sheehan's fastball has garnered so much attention throughout this year. Velocity dipping and the ineffectiveness or how hard it was getting hit. But another strong night with that pitch. I mean, he generated 10 whiffs alone on the fastball. Ties a career high. Another 2-2. Ramos lifts it to left. Playable for Hernandez. 6 strong from Emmett Sheehan. 2-2.
The first 40,000 fans on May 27th will take home a Yoshinobu Yamamoto Game 7 last out bobblehead. Visit Dodgers.com/promotions for more information.
Middle of the order for the Dodgers in the home half of the 6th. Trying to reclaim the lead on San Francisco. Andy Pages fouls a strike away. Pages 0 for 2 tonight. 0 for 12 in the series. And 0 for 20 in 7 games against San Francisco this year.
Had such a good feeling coming out of last night's game with the 4-0 win and Ohtani doing so well on the mound for 7 innings. Really good feeling after one hitter with Will Smith hitting a home run and then the 2-0 lead. And at this point in the game, it feels like the Dodgers should be ahead. But we're not. We're in a nail biter and a very important game when it comes to confidence and where they sit in the National League West and where they sit emotionally and physically going into a 9-game road trip. Anaheim, San Diego, and then Milwaukee.
Full count on Pages.
Giant bullpen has been a real strength, especially in this series.
Rupe's payoff is low. Ball 4 and a leadoff walk.
4 out of 6 innings that the Dodgers have gotten the leadoff hitter on.
Oh, to your point about the feeling the Dodgers probably have, hey, they should be ahead in this. Some missed opportunities, right? 2nd and 3rd, nobody out in the 2nd inning. They get 1 in, but only 1. 1st and 3rd, 1 in, or 1 out. And Rojas couldn't execute the bunt. Had a 1-out double in the 4th from Teoscar Hernandez. He didn't score.
And then the Giants get a inside the park home run with 2 outs and a man on first on a blooper. Not a blast in the gap that has an odd carom, but just a blooper down the left field line by Lee.
Ball and a strike on Max Muncy.
A challenge.
Catcher's challenge in the call of ball.
ABS challenge powered by T-Mobile being thrown out there by Eric Haas. And it's a successful one.
Call was overturned to a strike. Count 1-2.
Muncy behind with 2 strikes against him. So jump out of the way of a changeup down and in. The pitch. Tails low and outside. Roops 2-2. Muncy on the ground to second. Arise to second for long return. Not in time.
Adames tried to use all of his arm strength to get that over there in time. He didn't have any momentum coming across the bag as far as a rhythm right there. He just killed his footwork. If he could have kept a little bit of momentum, he might have had a little better idea, because it would have given him momentum for the throw strength, and it also would have cut down the distance of the throw.
Teoscar Hernandez back to the plate. 2 for 2 with 2 doubles. The 100th pitch from Roop is a strike. Ball and a strike. 2 trips to the plate, 2 doubles. Yeah, that's not the biggest play of the night so far for Hernandez. Takes a changeup low, 2-1.
He's looking for a little redemption in this at bat. 2 doubles in his back pocket, but a play in left field that he'd like to have back, and so he would like to help Emmett Sheehan right here.
Roops 2-1. It's a swing and a miss to square the count.
He opened that swing up a little bit.
He's 6 for 13 in this series with 3 doubles. 4 doubles in 6 games on this homestand. Roops 2-2. Check swing, no swing. Full count. Pitch 105 coming up from Landon Root. Hernandez pulls it to left, down for another hit. He's 3 for 3. Muncy trying for third. The throw, the tag, the ball skips away, and Hernandez takes second and fires up the dugout.
He hits it down where the sin was committed. This one works out really well. Muncy with a very hard slide catches his knee, so there's no chance for a tag. And Teoscar kept his head on swivel and made it over to second.
Second and third, 1 out in the 6th. Tony Vitello takes Roop out. He'll bring the lefty Matt Gage in. Dalton Rushing's spot is due up when we come back. Back-to-back world champion Dodgers baseball on Sportsnet LA. Brought to you by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Less than 90 minutes from wherever you are. Good times. Tie ball game. Bottom of the 6th here in Los Angeles. The Dodgers threatening. Second and third, only 1 out. Dalton Rushing will face the lefty Matt Gage. He's been busy this series.
He really has. He has been really good, though. The Dodgers have seen him. They're bringing the infield in, and Rushing is up.
First pitch, he swings through a slider. Strike 1. Rushing is 0 for 2 tonight. 2 strikeouts. A lot of the Dodgers' struggles over the last few weeks can be tied to their inability to hit with men on base and with runners in scoring position. And he finished the homestand strong. Chopper foul, 0-2.
Dalton's got to check his emotions right now. He's upset about the way the other at-bats went, and now he swung the bat twice here. The veteran pitcher on the mound is probably going to try and walk him off the plate with a breaking ball, something he can't reach.
The 0-2 from Gage. Strike 3 on a high fastball.
Yeah, that was the other pitcher. That's the other choice. Go up around the neck and feast on his aggressiveness. Because if he doesn't swing at this one, Then you set up the breaking ball. They didn't go right to the out pitch, but they still got their out.
It'll be a pinch hitter for Ha-Seong Kim. Alex Call is preparing to dig in. Dalton Rushing running hot tonight. Snapped a bat earlier, smacking his own helmet with the bat after his third K. Earlier, Emmett Sheehan came up to him in the dugout after his second strikeout, put his arm around him, tried to get him back into gear.
Those wry smiles over there, all three of those guys, they just heard Dalton scream in the dugout. They're just trying to hold it together and not look at him.
The sixth inning will come down to Alex Call. Second and third, 2 out, 2-2 on the scoreboard. Strike one.
Two different things going on right here with Shohei and Mookie still on the bench. In some ways, it's still early as far as your key pinch hitters. In other ways, it is a chance to really possibly give those guys a full day off.
Call sprays it to right field, sinking fast. It's down for a hit. Muncy is in. Hernandez behind him. He's safe, and the Dodgers are back in front. Call going for second. He's got that safely too. A pinch hit, 2-run single for Alex Call.
After Alex Call makes contact, it's a missed call because he doesn't know where the ball is. He swings. He's like, oh, there it is. Okay, it's going to fall in. You know when somebody's answer machine goes to answer machine, but then they can still pick up? That's what happened.
Inning continues for Miguel Rojas. The Dodgers leading 4-2. First pitch strike from Gage.
That is huge for Dave Roberts, for Mookie Betts, for Shohei. There's a chance those guys are going to get full days off because of that ball blooping in.
Close play at second, got the toe in and held. Oh my gosh.
The first foot was on there for a while because it hits the front and drags across the top and gives the back foot time to get to the bag.
Giants lost their challenge earlier.
I don't think they win that one either, but it was close.
The 1-1. That'll fade out of play. Strike two. Two and two.
Everybody clap, clap your hands.
Gage is 2-2. Rojas stays alive.
Dodgers 2 for 9 with runners in scoring position so far tonight, and that second one was huge from Alex Call. Only 6 for 32 so far in this series, a 4-game series. Miggy trying to add to those stats.
That'll hook foul to pull down the left field side. Still 2-2. Full count. Three and two. Gage's 8th pitch to Miguel Rojas. Fouled away.
If Miggy's taking the fastball to right field and he gets a slider down and in, you might see some unexpected pop towards left field.
Pitch number 9. It was a fastball up and away. He fouled it to the right side.
With the foul ball, and the direction of the foul ball tells you that he was on time. If that ball's going forward, it's going to right center on the heater. That means he would still be on the slider.
How about a 10th pitch? Rojas to center, base hit. Call will race in. What an at-bat from Miguel Rojas. 5-2 LA.
Don't try to do too much. Stay within yourself. Take the heater to right field and have enough swing to hit the slider, and he does, just barely. Gage really changed speed on that slider and took a lot off, but Miggy stretched out, hit it just good enough to get over the infield and just poor enough to stay in front of the outfield.
Now Will Smith at the top of the order. Ball one outside for Rojas. An RBI base hit in the 10th pitch. It's the longest plate appearance that ends with a hit for Rojas since 2018. Two and 0. Smith in the top spot as the DH with Ohtani getting a breather. Mookie Betts on the bench to start as well. With a solo home run in the first inning. The 2-0. Catches the corner, strike one. And then later, Jung Hoo Lee, an inside the park home run. Just the 4th game in the history of Dodger Stadium with a leadoff home run and an inside the park home run in the same game. On a 2-1. Gage misses low. The last time that happened, in case you're wondering, Dr. Krajewski has the answer for you.
It's unbelievable what he's coming up with.
August 8th, 2012. It happened on the same play. Eric Young Jr. for the Rockies. Good hitters count for Will Smith. 3-1. He takes a breaking ball and it goes full. Another lefty up in the Giant bullpen, Ryan Baracki. Gage's payoff. Runner goes upstairs. Ball 4.
Well, here's where it could get real ugly for the Giants.
First baseman, number 5, Freddie Freeman.
A little bit of a delay coming right here. Probably going to see some action in the pen. Yep, coming out.
Pitching change again for San Francisco, 2nd of this 6th inning. The Dodgers with back-to-back 2 out run scoring singles from Alex Call and Miguel Rojas to take a 5-2 lead, and they're not done yet. Call, a pinch hit flare. Rojas off the end of the bat. We'll try to add to it next.
A little bit of makeup right there. Teo saying, I'm so sorry about that play down the line inside the Parker. It shouldn't have been. That's my bad. Emmett Sheehan, who encouraged his catcher after making an out. He accepts the apology from Teo on this play right there. And you can see Teo's posture as he was slowing down. He was just kind of standing up, watching the ball leave the yard, but it didn't.
Hernandez has certainly done his part offensively tonight. He's got 3 hits. The last one, it looked like a single, and then advancing on the throw, it was scored a double. So he's got 3 doubles tonight, and then he scored the 4th run of the game. The Dodgers now leading 5-2. 2 on, 2 out in the 6th for Freddie Freeman.
Emmett Sheehan was in the W column. Then Teo had that ball go by him. Then it was in the ND column, and then brought it back to possible W.
Ryan Borucki's first pitch of the night is a strike taken by Freddie Freeman. First appearance of this series for Borucki, 16th of the season. Is 0-1. It's a wave and a miss. Strike 2. The 0-2. Bounce in the dirt. Freddie looking to get involved tonight. He's 0 for 3. 4 for 12 in the series. Borucki's 1-2. Bounce to third. Chapman can take his time, makes the throw over, and that ends the inning. But Alex Call and Miguel Rojas come through at the bottom of the order to put the Dodgers back in front. Emmett Sheehan's night is done. A strong night for the right-hander. 6 innings, a quality start, just 2 earned runs on 2 hits, including the inside the park home run. 2 walks, 6 Ks, and how about that? 10 whiffs on the fastball.
23 batters faced, and he had 11 0-2 counts. And the big fella's taking over for him, Enriquez, and he has been on a little bit of a roll his last 3 outings. Only 1 Ernie with 4 2/3 innings.
This call to the bullpen is brought to you by Jacoby and Myers. The Dodgers lead 5-2 starting the 7th. Enriquez will face Adames, Chapman, and the 8th spot is Drew Gilbert.
.99 from Enriquez, and he is just loosening up.
Yeah. One and 2 for Adames. Here comes Enriquez. Check swing, 101, and he went around.
Borderline strike, but not borderline as far as the swing. He went around.
That's strikeout number 7 for the Dodgers staff tonight. Meaning tomorrow, if you go to Jack in the Box in Los Angeles and buy a large drink, you'll get a free Jumbo Jack. First pitch slider and a strike on Chapman. Chopper down the third base line. It'll roll foul. Strike 2. Keep thinking about those 2 dugout moments that we saw from Emmett Sheehan tonight. One with Dalton Rushing, and then the second one with Teoscar Hernandez. And I think that gives fans a window into the heart of Emmett Sheehan.
And the first moment was encouraging his catcher after not getting a runner in from third with less than 2 outs. The second moment was receiving an apology from that man for the way he played a ball down the left field line.
And him saying, all good. Two balls, 2 strikes for Enriquez against Chapman. Yank the fastball low and away. The 3-2. High in the air to left field. Hernandez running in. 2 out.
Center fielder Drew Gilbert.
That's a strike on Gilbert. 2 outs, bases empty in the 7th. 5-2 Dodgers.
So far, a very quiet and well done shutdown inning. Get the leading lady and then just get a routine out for out 2 and then throw strike 1. Feeling pretty good about this. I'm gonna tap my hat on that one. It was high, I was told.
1 challenge left. Good slider, cued away foul.
When you go 101 down to 88 with a little bend in it, it's just elite stuff. It's just harnessing it a little bit more consistently, and he could be very dominant.
Oh, fouled straight back off the mask of Hudson, who stumbles back. Oh no. Good work by Rushing to corral the crew chief. I feel like that's the second time we've seen that this year for Marvin Hudson.
There was a quick reaction from Dalton Rushing too.
Oh man.
It is just square to the forehead. Dalton probably heard him.
Yep.
Gasp or something, some kind of sound triggered it. Not only the mask, but what he felt.
Possum out there checking on Marvin Hudson along with the rest of the crew and Dalton Rushing. That's a relief.
Those masks are magnificent because they're not made out of steel anymore. They're just a composite. They're very light and comfortable to wear, but they hold up to those kind of foul balls.
Ball and 2 strikes on Gilbert. Enriquez trying to get the last out of the 7th.
I was interested to see Marvin Hudson bend over and pick up that ball to see if he got a little dizzy.
Slider down and in, and now the count full on Gilbert. Dodgers led 2-0. Giants tied it with 2 runs in the 5th. The Dodgers with a crooked number, 3 runs in the 6th. The 3-2. Popped him up right to Freddie Freeman. It's a 1-2-3 7th for Edgardo Enriquez. Stand and stretch. It's time for the 7th inning stretch. Brought to you by Sit and Sleep. Bottom of the 7th, 5-2 Dodgers. Kyle Tucker was the lone Dodger to not hit in the bottom of the 6th when they scored 3 runs to jump ahead of San Francisco in this series finale. So he'll lead off the 7th. Padres lost in Milwaukee 7-1. So if the Dodgers can finish the job here tonight, they'll be back atop the division. Ground ball to second, backhanded by Arise. Throws across his body to make the play. They get out number 1.
He is not an issue out there. He actually is slick.
Him being back at second definitely helps to get him off first base. But again, it'll be a storyline throughout the year in San Francisco. Just the work that he's done with Ron Washington. Went from a true negative defender to now a plus defender.
Well, he's fun to watch hit in the box, just all his little antics, and you know he's going to have good eye-hand coordination. You know he's going to battle you. He's like a little gym rat up there grinding. And then he's fun to watch play defense now.
He plays with so much energy and movement. And Miguel Rojas, again, fellow countryman and good friends, it's real. It's not fake or manufactured. That's just how he always is. 1-1 to Pages. Swings through a splitter. Strike 2.
Yeah, those type of guys that play with that fast twitch fiber and it's always firing. It just looks like, you know, they've had too much coffee or too many Red Bulls. But it's the way, it's just natural for them.
Sounds like you're describing a certain Dodger left-handed reliever.
Yeah, that's true.
Whom we all love.
We definitely love.
On a 1-2, Pages, it's a bullet right at Arise, who's perfectly positioned for the second out.
He even throws it around the infield quick after recording the out. That little hand gesture he made there to Adames it was a knuckleball coming at me. Yeah, that's why he's screaming. It's like, this is going to be a tough one to catch, and he got it. Puts his hand up like it was a knuckleball.
With 2 outs, Max Muncy swings at the first pitch, grounds it to first. Nice pick on a short hop by Devers. A 1-2-3 bottom of the 7th, still 5-2. We welcome you back to Uniqlo Field at Dodger Stadium. On May 14th, 1981, this date in Dodger history, in front of nearly 54,000 fans, Fernando Valenzuela threw his 8th straight complete game to open the season. The Dodgers led 2-1 entering the 9th inning. Future Hall of Famer Andre Dawson hit a game-tying home run. Pedro Guerrero hit a walk-off home run in the bottom of the 9th inning. And the Dodgers won it 3-2. 8 straight CGs, 5 of them shutouts for the late legend and Fernando Valenzuela.
I actually saw and sat with Pedro Guerrero today out in Claremont for lunch, and it was good to see Petey.
It's still pretty hard to believe. I mean, almost a year and a half since Fernando passed. There were a lot of heavy losses in this rivalry in 2024. I mean, Willie Mays passed away June 18th of that year. And for those who want to feel romantic about baseball, when the Giants returned home to Oracle Park 6 days later, every Giant wore number 24 in honor of Willie Mays, and they celebrated a walk-off win in the 9th, a 3-run comeback to stun the Cubs. Well, 10 days after Mays passed, Orlando Cepeda passed away, and we found that out while the Dodgers and Giants were playing in San Francisco, and the Giants walked that game off. Brett Wisely hit a home run off Blake Trinan. So then you fast forward to October 22nd, and Dodger Nation has its hearts broken finding out Fernando passes away. Well, the first home game after Valenzuela's death was Game 1 of the World Series. Freddie Freeman hit a walk-off grand slam. So, again, if you're a baseball romantic or believe in something more powerful, those are 3 pretty special examples for the Dodgers and Giants.
I want to believe it because I love all 3 of those men and I love baseball. So the fact that it came together like that, I wish they were all still here, but it's a very nice reminder of how much we love people in this game when it comes together like that.
Alex Vesia now on the mound for the Dodgers in the top of the 8th. 5-2 Dodgers. The 2 runs for San Francisco came in the 5th. Jung-Hoo Lee, a 2-strike count, slice one to left field. Teoscar Hernandez seemingly thought it was going to bounce out of play. Instead, it stayed in play, went all the way to the wall, and Lee came all the way home for an inside the park home run. Haven't seen one of those at Uniqlo Field at Dodger Stadium since Nick Ahmed hit one in May of 2018, a little more than 6 years ago. Two balls, 2 strikes. Square count on Lee. He's not so certain.
Two challenges left and down by 3 in the 8th. You might want to take a look at that one if you're a Giant.
There have been, that's a close pitch. There have been some pitches that look to the eye test again. It happened so quick. Like, hey, that looked off. No challenges. And you haven't seen them yet.
Almost looked like Dalton Rushing was going to challenge that one, but it was a little late.
The 3-2. Lee stays alive with a foul ball. So again, we're watching on a screen, and the fans at home, they get the replay box. David Vassegh, what about the players in the moment?
Yeah, I've talked to some players about this, and they said East and West is easier to discern whether or not it's a ball or strike and whether or not they should challenge. But North and South is still something hitters are trying to find out, and so are catchers. So that's the conversations that some of these hitters and catchers are having, especially when it's North and South. Both of those two positions, the hitter and the catcher, are having a hard time still learning with the ABS and where it is, the top of the strike zone and the bottom of the strike zone.
Thanks, TV, for that perspective. No catcher's been better than Will Smith. 8th pitch to Lee. Another foul ball, still 3-2. And William Contreras has jumped ahead in terms of more successful challenges than Smith, but he's batting, quote unquote, 57%, whereas Smith has been successful 76% of the time. Vessia's 9th pitch to Lee. Playable just in center field for Pages. That ball had some spin on it too. It looked like it was going to right center, and then it sliced back toward dead center. 1 out.
Second baseman, number 1, Luis Arraez.
Strike 1 to Arraez. Dodgers ahead by 3. Need 5 more outs. Fly to left. Hernandez next to the wall. Can't reach that far. 0-2.
When a guy's a good hitter and not a good fielder, you say, hey, don't lose your bat. When a guy's a good fielder and can't hit, you say, hey, don't lose your glove. This used to be a guy, hey, don't lose your bat. Now he's pretty much a complete player. And he's a spark plug, and he's a guy you want in the locker room, you want on the bench. He brings the energy every night.
Vesia trying to put him away. Up the middle, Rojas has it. A race to the bag, steps on it to throw across. Not in time. Terrific effort from Rojas to try and get the double play. He did get the lead runner. Now 2 outs in the 8th.
Good piece of hitting to get the contact. Nice by Miguel to have that range and figure he can get to second base before the runner. And the speedy second baseman for the Giants beats it out. Friend trying to catch a friend.
Casey Schmidt steps in. Fouls away the first pitch changeup from Vesia. Vesia trying to finish this series and homestand strong. He's faced 8 batters this series now. 5 have reached safely. 3 hits, couple of walks. Is 0-1 to Schmidt. This is up and away. One and 2.
That slider went straight down. Hitter expecting it when it starts on the outside part of the plate to break towards him as a right-hander, but watch this one just go straight down. That's a dandy.
Schmidt stays alive. Another 1-2. Tipped into the glove, strike 3. Got him with the change and hangs a 4th K on the hat of Casey Schmidt. Coming up next, Access Sportsnet Dodgers presented by Mercury Insurance. Kirsten Watson out in Center Field Plaza along with Jerry Harrison Jr. and James Loney standing by with highlights, post-game interviews with David Bassett in the Dodgers clubhouse. Breakdowns as well. Dodgers up on their rivals 5-2. 3 outs to get some more insurance runs.
It's more fun to do the post-game show when you're out there in the Center Field Plaza and you're playing the Giants and the Dodgers win.
First pitch strike to Teoscar Hernandez.
A little less noise from certain people walking by you.
Or happier noise.
Yes,
Yeah.
good happy noise compared to other things.
0-2. Hernandez taps his helmet. ABS challenge powered by T-Mobile. Dodgers have 1 left. Will they hang on to it? Yep.
Call is overturned to a ball.
And so there you see exactly what DB was talking about the last half inning. East-west, easier for the hitters to discern whether or not they want to use a challenge. Strike 2 on the very next pitch.
That one looked like we just clipped the hollow of the knee in the strike zone.
Spoils the slider. Teoscar 3 for 3 with 3 doubles and a run scored. He's down, swinging. The ball gets by Haas, but he'll pick it up and throw it to Devers to make it official. And just as we assumed in the moment on that last double, we thought, hey, that looked like a single advancing on the throw. Scored a double, they changed the scoring. So, single.
Well, still 6 through 9 in the order have been a major contributor tonight for the Dodgers. 7 hits, 2 extra base hits because of that double backing off. It was 3, couple of runs and 4 RBIs. Good job by the bottom of the order.
Strike 1 to Dalton Rushing. Fourth trip to the plate for Rushing. He's 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. Looking for a positive, a happy moment to end this homestand. Two and 1. He plays with so much fire and passion. I mean, he wants to be great, right? He is truly driven to be not just a big leaguer, not just here. He wants to be an impact player for a long time. He's learning how to harness those emotions still and channel them the right way. But he also wants to be himself. That's a delicate balance. The 3-1. Change up from Brubaker fills the count.
He's embracing the angry young man kind of way he goes about his business, especially when he fails. But you're right. You love the competitiveness. You love the drive to be the best. You used to have to analyze yourself enough to go, how am I responding to this positively and negatively, and is it helping me?
3-2. Does not offer at the curve. And Rushing takes his walk.
You know, in my day, the nickname for a player like Rushing is a snapper. That they snap when there's negative. And he has snapped a bat tonight. He's almost snapped his helmet.
He saw his reaction. Like, thank God I didn't swing. And the Dodger duck out.
It's interesting as a teammate. How are you supposed to react when that's not your personality?
First plate appearance for Santiago Espinal. He takes a strike.
If there is something in the Dodger culture that Dave Roberts has done a great job establishing with the veteran players for the length of time that he's been here, it is be yourself and be comfortable being yourself, but also be comfortable being uncomfortable, because you're in a Dodger uniform and there are very high expectations and there's going to be a lot of pressure moments in front of a lot of people.
Broken back, ground ball to short. Adames flips to second for one. The turn in time. So a double play ends the 8th inning. 5-2 Dodgers. They lead by 3 and need 3 more outs. Tanner Scott coming on for the 9th inning to try and close this one out for the Dodgers. So far this year, first 19 games, he looks terrific.
He really does. Throwing strikes with both pitches, mixing up as a mystery, staying out of the middle of the plate, elevating when he needs to, using both sides of the plate. Really is pitching very, very well.
Facing 4, 5, and 6 for San Francisco. Devers, Ramos, and Adames. Downey starts with a strike. And a double take from Devers. But it did clip the zone. Scott pitched last night. Working in back-to-back games. Slider gets a wave and a miss. 1-2. Strike 3. Gas.
Dodger pitchers the last 2 games giving up 2 earnies. That's those tonight. Shutout yesterday was their 4th of the year. That ranks them 5th in Major League Baseball. And they've only given up 18 hits in the last 17 1/3 innings. 8 hits in 17 1/3 innings against the Giants. Getting it done.
First pitch to Ramos. Fly to right center. No problems for Pages. 1 more out to go.
We lost 4 games in a row, and going into yesterday's game, we said one of the departments has to step up and be elite, and it has been the pitching. 4 runs yesterday was enough. 5 runs today is enough, but the pitching has really put them over the top, and Shohei led the way. 7 shutout innings last night.
Ball one inside. Well, Shohei Ohtani and Yoshinobu Yamamoto having very fun conversation, but while that is happening, look at Will Smith. Yes, yes, look at him. Yes. Fouled away, strike 1. Adames, foul away as many as you like. We're locked in on Will Smith. The leadoff hitter tonight and the leadoff jokester in the 9th. In the air. Right side, Freeman going back, foul ground, back to Will Smith. Oh, ramped and off the net and hit Freeman.
Coconut or shoulder?
He's gonna stand. That's strong work. I mean, how many are in there, do we think?
What you hope is that he goes to put his hoodie on after the game to go out for the handshake.
We got to have an ISO cam locked in on that. The 1-2 pitch. That's 3. And that's a win for LA. They lose the first 2. They win the last 2. And the Dodgers are back in first place.
3 candies in the hoodies, 3 outs in the 9th. They're on a roll. It used to be sunflower seeds. Now it's candies in the hood.
A report from the ground is that they fell out when he jumped over the railing, for those invested like we were. So the Dodgers finish up the 7-game homestand with back-to-back wins. Tomorrow they'll kick off a 9-game road trip First of 3 in Anaheim. Blake Snell will get the start for LA. For the Bulldog, Oral Hershiser, David Vassay, and our terrific crew, Mike Levy producing, Ben Dillenberger directing. I'm Stephen Elson. Thanks so much for watching. Coming up next, Kirsten Watson has you covered. Access Sportsnet Dodgers.